Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. And Shalom to all the sincere believers, which includes the sincere Akwath, which are the sisters, and all the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now this lesson is going to be a quick one just based on 4 people that got hospitalized after a 3-alarm fire at Bridgeville Senior Living Apartment Building. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article. I'm going to get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says 4 people were injured, including a firefighter, after flames broke out at an apartment building in Allegheny County. Officials say they were initially called to the Bridgeville Towers just after 4 a.m. for an automatic fire alarm on the 8th floor. It was later upgraded to a 3-alarm fire. When the first crew arrived, officials say they found an active fire with a victim. That victim was rescued from the floor as other crews continued to search for others. Raymond Jester, who lives in the building, said he saw crews evacuating a woman who attempted to put the fire out. Said there was smoke on my floor. They carried the lady down on a towel. She got burned on her face, down on her right hand, her right leg, and everything else. She tried to put out the fire. She couldn't put out the fire. It's like, of course she couldn't. Like, that's why when there's a fire, you're told to just evacuate. Like, you don't have the tools to put out a fire. It says while some residents were evacuated from the 8th floor, fire crews were able to have some people shelter in place due to minimal smoke emissions. Firefighters were able to get the flames under control, and residents were able to go back inside, aside from the 8th floor. The extent of injuries of those who were taken to the hospital is unknown. Yeah, so more judgment from the Lord. And 4 people got hospitalized. Romans 2:11, for there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. And that's right. Like the Lord, he'll bring judgment upon anybody, anywhere. A senior living center, a hospital, a church, it doesn't matter. A school. Like the Lord is no respecter of persons. He'll wipe out newborn babies. He'll wipe out elderly people. He'll wipe out pregnant women. The Lord is no respecter of persons. He really doesn't care, He brings judgment upon these wicked people, regardless of who they are. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And with this fire, the Lord wounded a couple of people. Whether it was them getting burns or more likely, just from smoke inhalation. But either way, this was the judgment of the Lord. Oh, Salakia, 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 Salakia. Psalms 9:16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Haggai and Selah. Yeah, so that fire was judgment. from the Lord. And the people who lived on the 8th floor where the fire was, they're now homeless. And a couple of those people had to be taken to the hospital. And this is basically what the Lord is doing in these last days, just pouring out non-stop judgment. Second Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And when you look up the definition of perilous, it means full of danger or risk. And clearly we are in the days full of danger, because every day there's fires, there's earthquakes, there's storms, there's tempests, there's shootings, there's stabbings, people are getting wounded, people are getting killed. Every single day something is happening. And that's how you know that we are living in the last days, because it's only getting worse. Things are definitely not getting better. The economy is failing, the cost of living is skyrocketing. People are just struggling more and more. People are becoming more depressed, more agitated, more violent, more desperate. And that's the time and season that we have entered into. So we can expect to see a lot more fires, wounding people, killing people, destroying people's homes, their business, these harlot houses, people's restaurants, all sorts of things. We can expect to see more tornadoes, hurricanes, and hailstorms, and torrential rainstorms that result in flash flooding. We can expect to see a lot more power outages. It's just about to be all out chaos. And the men of the Lord, starting of course with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, have been warning people for decades that we were going to enter into these times. And majority of people were not listening back then, and they're still not listening today. And those are the people whom the Lord is going to continue to bring judgment upon and pour his wrath upon. Because those people are not paying attention. They're not taking heed to the righteous warnings from the men of the Lord. You see things like this, all these fires that have been happening lately. This comes as no surprise to those of us of the hopeful elect, because the scriptures talk about it. The scriptures talk about the Lord visiting with the flame of devouring fire, which we know ultimately that flame of devouring fire is going to be that thermonuclear fire that the Lord is going to use to wipe the United States of America off the face of the earth. But obviously before that, you're going to have wildfires and brush fires and apartment complex fires and house fires and restaurant fires and recycling plant fires and restaurant fires and all sorts of other types of fires. The scriptures tell us basically what to expect in these last days. And then we warn the people, but majority of people don't listen. So when they get caught up in these judgments, that's on them. That's merely them reaping what they've sown for not taking heed. And like I said earlier, and like I read earlier, in Romans 2:11, there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. So we can expect to see women, men, and children, or men, women, and children getting judged, getting punished, getting wounded, and getting killed. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, the water Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to other brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Aquas, and shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.